Hi, today we are going to discuss about promotional strategies, which is the ninth lesson of our course. When we discuss the role of marketing communication performed in an organization, we can see some important tasks. When new product introduced into the market, marketing communication is used to inform about that new product to the target audience. Then we use marketing communication to encourage our customer to purchase our product. Persuade. Not only that, we use marketing communication to remind our product or service to our customers. So these three tasks we can identify as the main tasks performed by marketing communication. Further, the marketing communication is the voice of the company to the society. There are no any other voice. Marketing communication is the only voice the company has about its brand and product. This communication can be used to build good relationship with consumers. This kind of good relationship will ultimately lead to build customer loyalty towards the organization. So these main tasks we consider as the role of marketing communication. Because of this marketing communication, both consumers and companies get benefited. In consumers' point of view, they can get to know about product because of marketing communication. They can learn how to use product and this product is for whom and where it is available, when we can buy this product. These kind of information they can get to know because of marketing communication. In addition to that, the marketing communication help customers to differentiate their product. Differentiate one product from competitor product. And when company is conducting some sales promotion, giving discount, these communication help customers to be aware of these incentives and get those incentives. Then there are some benefits for companies as well. As the first, marketing communication help companies to differentiate their product from competitor product. Further, this marketing communication helps companies to link their brand to people, place, events, brand, experience, so on. As example, we may use a popular celebrity for our promotional campaign. When our customers see that popular celebrity, our brand comes into their mind because our brand is attached to that popular celebrity's image. Like that, sometimes we can link our brand to place, to event. As example, when we talk about a motor show, which brand comes into your mind? These brands are associated with that event. So companies get that advantage, link their brand to something. Sometimes when we hear a jingle, a music, some brands come into our mind. So that also an advantage of communication. Then this communication, we can use it to remind our brand, remind our product to customers. Then we can have good memory share in customers. That helps us to develop our brand equity. So marketing communication help companies to enhance their brand equity or take brand equity into next level. Further, companies can use this marketing communication to increase their sales and in turn increase their shareholder value as well. Then we need to identify about marketing communication mix. The marketing communication mix consists of so many communication tools. Let's start from advertising. The definition for advertising is any paid form of non-personal presentation and promotion of ideas, goods, or services by an identified sponsor. So, if we consider the important parts of this definition, it is any paid form, a company or an individual pay for advertisement. Non-personal presentation. This is not a presentation targeting individual customer, but it is targeting mass audience. Therefore, we call it non-personal presentation. Then, by an identified sponsor. You can identify who actually sponsor for this advertisement. So there in this advertisement you can see who's the sponsor. The sponsor for this advertisement is BMW. So that is the definition for advertisement. Let's discuss more about advertisement later. Then sales promotion. Sales promotions are short-term incentives which companies use with the purpose of encouraging short-term sales. Short-term sales. Imagine in a situation like company wanted to immediately send their stock away. In that kind of situation, company may use sales promotion, giving 50% discount to customers. Then what customers do? They increase the amount that they normally purchase. Then company can sell their stock very quickly. Sales promotion. Sometimes companies use this for seasonal effect as well. To get the advantage of season, they use this discount. Sometimes they use discount to attract customers. Imagine this is a new product, so they wanted to attract customers. In that kind of situation also company use sales promotion. But we need to keep in our mind, if company is giving too much sales promotion, that will lead to erode the brand image of that company. Think about any organization or any brand that is giving too much sales promotion. Throughout the year, you can see their sales promotional effort. As example, buy one get one free, 10% off, or competition like that. What kind of image is in your mind in relation to these kind of brands? Most probably you may think they are giving so many sales promotions because they can't sell their product. Their product might be low quality. That kind of image we are giving to our target audience if we are using too much sales promotion. So we need to use this sales promotion very carefully. Some companies use events and experiences to promote their brand. The advantage of events and experiences are the customers are mentally and physically engaged with the brand in that kind of events. They start working with company and experience the product of the company and dealing with the staff of the company, and by doing these things a favorable image is generated in consumers' mind. So this is another communication mix tools that companies using. Then let's see the other communication tool, which is public relation and publicity. The planned and sustained effort to establish and maintain goodwill and mutual understanding between an organization and its public. Who are these public? Public include all the people who have interest on our company. The people who have interest on our company: government, media, financial institute, our customers, competitors. What else? The general public. the community around our organization. All these people we consider as public for our organization. So, public relation focus on building good relationship with this public. By building good relationship, what we focus to develop our brand image. So we can discuss some tools we use for public relation. As the first, we can discuss about press release. You may also experience some news articles in newspaper talking about different activities of some companies. As example, CSR event. So that newspaper article talk about the CSR event conducted by so and so company. So that article appear as something written by a journalist. But in reality, that article has been written as well as paid by that particular organization. Then you may think, why companies do like that? They can just put an advertisement. Why do they need to write an article as it appeared to shown as the journalist written? Because we have certain kind of concern that journalists are not representing any company. We feel that journalists are someone among us, so they are not representing any company. So we tend to believe that journalists' words rather than an advertisement of an organization. That's why companies do like that. Then we can think about press release and press conference. Let's see this picture. There you can see an image of a press conference. This is very common in Sri Lanka. You may see that politicians invite different media parties and express their ideas. So that is another public relation tool. Sponsorship also can be considered as a public relation tool. In addition to that, corporate promotional material. As example, you distribute t-shirt mentioning your company name, sometimes pen mentioning your company name. So these things we use as tool for public relation. What public relation focus is on building and maintain goodwill among public about our brand. The next tool is direct marketing. What happens in the direct marketing is company directly communicate with their end customers without the support of mass media like TV, radio or newspaper. So this direct marketing allow companies to build interaction with customers. When we use mass media like TV, radio or newspaper, only one-way message goes to customers. But when we use direct marketing like email, like social media, like telephone, customers also get chance to speak with organization. So it builds two-way communication. Further, comparatively, these direct marketing tools are low cost. When we consider about TV advertisement, it is very expensive. But when we consider about direct marketing, it incur very low cost compared to that mass marketing. In addition to that, this direct marketing help organizations to customize their message based on the target audience. You can specifically target your target audience. Message need not to be given to all the customers in the island, irrespective of whether they are our customers or non-customers. We can specifically select our target audience and customize our message to them. As example, you may get emails mentioning your name. What is your reaction after you get a mail mentioning your name. Definitely you read it because it seems that you have been addressed directly. So these kind of message, customized message, are high impact promotions. Interactive marketing, online activities and programs designed to engage customers or prospects and directly or indirectly raise awareness, improve image, or elicit sales of product or service are considered as interactive marketing. Sometimes you may encourage customers to join with you in a survey. Sometimes you ask them to provide comments about your product. Sometimes you ask them to post their photos with your product. So, those are interactive marketing activities that organizations perform. Word of mouth marketing. This can happen both online as well as offline. So, there we consider oral, written, or electronic communication as word of mouth communication. This word of mouth communication is highly trusted method because most of the time we trust our friends first rather than what company is telling. So it is highly impactful method. Today some companies generate word of mouth purposely by paying money to some people. As example, when you wanted to purchase something online, what you normally do? You read the reviews of previous customers. Sometimes those review has been written by giving some money. Sometimes when you are searching on Google, you may get some blogs. In those blogs, customers explain about their experience. So people who run those blogs are paid by companies. And today we see some influencers, social media influencers. They also work on building word of mouth communication for organizations. In personal selling, individual salesperson meet each and every customer individually. So companies use this type of sales method when they are selling a complex product. As example, insurance. The product is complex and it need to be explained to customers. So in that kind of situation, companies need to employ some sales representatives. So they go and meet customers, explain about the product and have a negotiation with them and give sales to organization. Comparatively other method, personal selling is expensive because you need to send individual salesperson to each and every individual customers. But based on the situation, based on the nature of product, personal selling also important for an organization. So, by contacting customers individually and spend certain time with them, sales representative get advantage of building long-term relationship with their customers. So these are the marketing communication mix element. You can further get to know about the tools under each of these marketing communication mix element in this slide. You can see there are a list of tools that we use for advertising, sales promotion, events and so on. Then we need to identify about communication models. There are mainly two types of communication methods as macro model and micro model. In the macro model, the elements in the communication process explain the 9 factors which are required for an effective communication. It starts from sender. Sender is the person who sends a message. So imagine you as the sender. You wanted to send a message to your friend. So the idea comes into your mind need to be converted into into a SMS to send that message. So what you do, you convert your idea into a text that we call encoding. Converting idea into text or graphic we call encoding. Then what we do, we send this encoded message through certain media. So as media you choose your mobile phone. Sometimes you choose to communicate face to face. Sometimes you use letter. Like that you may use certain type of media to communicate your message. So your friend, the receiver, get the message. After the receiver got the message, what he or she do, they convert that text into an idea. Converting text or graphic into an idea we call decoding. Decoding. After decoding, the receiver get the idea of the message. Then what the receiver does, they respond to that message. Sometimes they change their behavior, or sometimes they send a reply to the message. So that reply we consider as a feedback. So sender get the feedback of the message. That feedback may be delivery note or reply or certain kind of sign can be a feedback. In the middle you can see noise. Imagine you are getting a phone call to your friend. While you are talking your friend, a noisy ambulance is going on the road. What happened to your communication? Your friend may not hear what you are talking. So noise is whatever the thing which interrupt good communication. So this noise can be happen in two ways. It can be internal noise as well as external noise. When we talk about internal noise, things that come within you. Imagine you need to do a public speech, but you are so shy to do that. So that is internal noise. That shyness may interrupt clear communication, effective communication. Like that. We can think about external noise. As I mentioned, a sudden noise comes from outside environment. We can consider as an external noise. Or sometimes our receiver does not know the language we are communicating. External noise. So these kind of noises may interrupt effective communication. So this process explains the element required for an effective communication. For effective communication, we need to try our best to reduce these internal and external noises. This is the macro model of communication process. Then we are going to talk about micro models. These micro models concentrate on consumer specific responses to communication. So these micro models assume the buyer passes through cognitive, affective and behavioral stage. If we tell that in different words, it is learn, feel and do. With that intention, these models have been developed. So you can see here AIDA model: attention, interest, desire and action. Hierarchy of effect model: awareness, knowledge, liking, preference, conviction, purchase. Innovation adoption model: awareness, interest, evaluation, trial and adoption. When new product innovate into the market, we can consider this model. Communication mode: exposure, reception, cognitive response, attitude, intention and behavior. Let's discuss about this hierarchy of effect model. In this hierarchy of effect model, the first stage is awareness. At the first, your customers do not aware of your product. So what you need to do is using your communication build awareness among your customers. When we talk about awareness, mass media is an appropriate tool which we can use to build awareness among larger audience. Then knowledge. Your target audience may have awareness of your brand, but they don't know on what your brand is stand for. What is your product? To whom is that? Where we can buy that product? When we can buy that product? That knowledge may not be with your target audience. So at the second stage, you need to focus on giving that knowledge to your target audience. Tell them what is your product, to whom, when they can buy it, where they can buy, what is the price, how to use. All this information you can provide at the second stage. After you build good knowledge among your target audience, you need to build positive feeling among them about your product. Positive feeling that we call liking. So your communication need to focus on build a certain kind of positive feeling, warmth feeling towards your brand or product. Then the next stage is preference. Your target audience aware of your product, they know what your product and they have positive feeling about your product, but still they do not think your product is the best among others. They are not ready to select your product over other. So in this stage we need to build that preference. We need to show them, we need to compare us with our competitors and show them we are the best. And we need to focus on building preference among our customers. Even after we create preference, still your customer may not convinced to purchase our product, not convinced to buy it. They sometimes have certain doubt. Sometimes they may think this is expensive. Sometimes they may think the quality of product may not good as we thought. Sometimes they may trust on your friend's word. So conviction is not there. So company need to focus on encouraging customers to purchase their product. In this situation, company can give all the information about your product to reduce doubt with customers and encourage them to get the advantage of current sales promotions. So like that, companies can use different technique to convince customers to purchase our product. Finally, the members of our target audience might have conviction to buy our product, but still they are not buying our product. Sometimes there may be some barrier. They can't access to our store, and sometimes they are not ready to purchase or they are not having enough money to purchase our product. That kind of thing may happen, which casts barrier for purchase. So what we need to do to encourage purchasing? So the most effective tool to this stage is online purchasing. Allow customers to purchase online. Allow them to access to our product or service easily. Give them more sales promotion and use our personal selling or sales representatives to take our product towards our customers. We can use this kind of steps to encourage customers to take their final stage, which is purchasing. So this is the hierarchy of effect model, and all the other model has a similar idea. So these are the micro model of consumer responses. So these model mainly focus on consumer responses for our communication. Then we need to understand how to develop effective communication. In this process we can identify 8 steps. At the first, we identify the target audience. Identifying target audience is very much important for effective communication. because our entire communication need to be changed based on our target audience. We need to think about our target audience, their education, their income level, what are their preferred channel, what are their preferred celebrities. Those things we need to consider when we are developing our communication to them. Therefore, identifying our target audience is very much important. The second stage is determine the communication objective. When we set our communication objectives, these objectives need to be differ from our marketing objectives. We may set marketing objectives to introduce new product, but in our marketing communication objective, we are talking about building awareness. So communication objectives need to be differ from marketing objectives, but they need to be in line with marketing objectives. When you are building communication objectives, think about the main roles performed by marketing communication. Those are inform, persuade, and remind. So set your communication objectives based on these three roles. After we identifying our target audience and determine our communication objectives, we need to design our communication. When we are designing our communication, we need to provide answer for three problems. Those are what to say, that means message strategy, how to say, creative strategy, and who should say, message source. When we talk about message strategy, we need to think about our brand positioning, where our brand is going, on what our brand stand for, and whether we are going for competitive parity method or whether we wanted to show that we are equal to competitor. So what is our strategy? We need to have clear idea on that. Then the creative strategy. In the creative strategy, we discuss what we need to express in the content of the message. So there we use some communication appeals. Appeal mean the kind of feeling that we use to communicate our message. So when we discuss about appeals, mainly there are two types of appeal: informational appeal and transformational appeal. When we talk about informational appeal, I can take an example of Ratti milk powder. So this Ratti milk powder always emphasize their low price and number of cups they can make using certain amount of milk powder. What they do there? They elaborate their product attributes and benefits, where their message, where their communication. So this kind of message which contain information about their product, we consider as informational appeal communication. Then transformational appeal. Transformational appeal use certain kind of sensitive feeling of customers. Feelings. So these feelings can be negative as well as positive. As a negative feeling, we can consider fear, guilt, and shame. So you can see here advertisement which contain fear appeal. This is anti-smoking advertisement. So they use fear appeal. Why they use fear appeal? Because they want customer to take immediate action or people to change their behavior. In that kind of situation, we use fear appeal when we want their response immediately. Then there are positive appeal: humor, love, pride, and joy. So this is an example for humor appeal. So humor appeal has been identified as more successful appeal in communication. People can memorize the message easily when humor inserted into that. So companies use nicely those feelings to communicate their message effectively to customers. So all these things include into the creative strategy. Then the message source. When we deliver message using an attractive or popular source, it is absorbed by our target audience more than a normal person communicated. So we need to carefully select this message source or celebrity. When we are selecting celebrity, we can evaluate them based on three criteria. As the first, expertise. That means their specialized knowledge on what they are claiming. As example, a cricketer talk about physical fitness. That's okay, that is appropriate. Uh, or Chef Fabilik talk about food related thing. That is appropriate. Chef Chaturika talk about food. That's appropriate because people know they have specialized knowledge on that subject. What if Chef Fabilik is going to talk about computer? Now it is not match. So we need to think whether our celebrity has relevant expertise to claim our message. Trustworthiness. How much these celebrities are objective and honest. They are their personal behavior, their personal life also affect into the trustworthiness. How much our target audience believe that particular celebrity. Likability. Likability sources attractiveness. This attractiveness may vary based on the time. Celebrities has peak time and off-peak time. So we need to consider that as well when we are selecting celebrity to take our message to our customers. So we need to consider these three things: message strategy, creative strategy, and message source when we are designing our message. Then as the fourth step, we need to select appropriate communication channel as a vehicle to take our message to our target audience. There we can consider personal communication channels such as email, word of mouth, and personal selling. Or else we can consider about non-personal communication channel that mean target larger audience. Those are advertising, sales promotion, events experience, and public relations. Whatever the communication channel we utilize, we need to maintain integration between them. That means deliver consistent message through all the communication channels that you use. When we talk about integration, we all know that personal communication is more effective and highly impactful. Personal communication. Your friend recommends certain product to you, so you trust your friend's recommendation rather than the advertisement of a company. So it is more impactful and more effective. However, to create that kind of personal communication, there need to be a mass communication as well. If there is no mass communication, even your friend not known about that product. So mass communication should be there first to create personal communication. So considering the nature of your product and your target audience and your communication objectives, you may select an appropriate channel for your message. Then what we need to do is consider our communication budget. When we are setting our communication budget, there are four main methods that we can use to budget our expenses. The first method is affordable method. What companies do in affordable method is they set a certain amount that they can afford for communication. Nothing other than their affordability is considered here. Sometimes they allocate all their funds to other activities and what is remain allocated for promotions. So this is very ineffective method, and this method, the concern that communication as an investment is largely ignored. So this is not a good method for good organization. But when we consider small organization, yes, it is correct with them because size wise they are small and profit wise they are small. Then the second method is percentage of sales method. In this method, certain percentage of anticipated sales is allocated for marketing communication. So this has certain kind of rationale. If you wanted to get higher sales in next year, you wanted to allocate higher budget for marketing communication. But that also has some drawbacks. It does not consider about environment factor. It does not consider about our competitor actions. It does not consider about the channels or objectives that we need to achieve. So that kind of drawbacks are there with percentage of sales method as well. Competitive parity method. In competitive parity method, what organizations do, they allocate a similar amount as competitor allocate, or sometimes higher amount as competitor allocate. So they consider the collective wisdom of the industry, because competitor allocate that amount because of the industry situation, and we also going to allocate the same amount. But this is not actually a good method because it ignore the other factors that we need to consider in allocating budget for communication. Then the last one is objective and task method. In the objective and task method, what companies do, at the first they set their communication objective, then consider how much they wanted to spend to achieve these objectives. Based on that, they decide their budget. Set objectives, determine what kind of tasks they need to fulfill to achieve those objectives, and then identify the cost involved with these tasks, and based on that, set budget. So far, this considered as an appropriate method in setting communication budget. After we set our communication budget, then we need to go to the tactical level. That is our communication mix. We discussed this communication mix earlier as well. Now we are discussing their unique characteristic and cost. Advertising. Advertising can be used to reach a larger audience. As example, you telecast a TV advertisement and that exposed to the crowd in this entire island. So larger audience, irrespective of their geography, can be targeted using advertisement. And this advertisement can be used to build long-term image on our product. When you run certain advertising campaign, and if you use good appeal like humor, that advertisement may remain in customers' mind. Sometimes you may also can memorize some advertisement that you have watched during your child age. However, these advertisements are very expensive. Very expensive. Think about TV, radio, and newspaper. They are very expensive. That is a drawback of advertisement. However, no matter how it is expensive, and no matter how much people tell that we do not believe advertisement, think about situation. You wanted to purchase something in supermarket, and there are two products. One product you have seen on television advertisement. Other one is totally unknown product. And which one you are going to select? Most of the time you may select the product which you have seen in television advertisement. Why? It gives certain kind of legitimacy to you. You believe that advertised brand offer good value to you. So that is another advantage with this advertising. Then sales promotion. Earlier also we discussed about sales promotion. So I told you this is a tool that companies need to use carefully. It is very much effective tool to get quick attention from customer. Imagine your customer is loyal to a certain brand and now you wanted to break that loyalty. So you can effectively use sales promotion for that, giving significant price reduction or significant promotion to your customer. Then customer may think, I should try this new product. At least once I should try this new product. At that time, if you can make your customers happy, they will be loyal to your product, forgetting your competitor product. So this is a good tool if you can use it properly. Public relation. We discussed tools related to public relation earlier. This public relation is a tool to build brand image among the society, among the community, among public. In addition to that, public relation is a tool that company use in a crisis situation. When they face crisis, they use public relations. You may experience Toyota has had a massive product recall. Because of their product failure, they have to take all the vehicles that they sold back. In this situation, the company brand value has been reduced drastically. Then what they do? They use several public relations methods to build their brand. They use newspaper, they use press conferences, and finally the CEO of the Toyota come and apologize to media, accepting this is their fault. The same thing has happened in relation to United Airlines very recently. Their security guards forcefully dragged one passenger out of aircraft. The huge negative comments spread all over the customers. So what company do? Finally, the chairman of the company accept that this is their fault and this will not happen again, and they are taking remedy actions. So accepting that, but the top position of the company also a effective public relation tool. These public relations tools are highly credible. Why they are highly credible? Because at first glance it does not appear as a paid promotion. If we take an advertisement, we know it is a paid promotion. But public relations do not appear like that. Take an example, press release, what we have discussed earlier. It appears as a news article written by a journalist. So it has high credibility than an advertisement. Further, we can dramatize the situation in public relation. You may have seen some a kind of flash mob happen suddenly in certain crowded places. So it's a dramatization and building brand image among consumers. Then the events. Events give opportunity for organizations to build good image among customers. People who are coming to these kind of events are the people who we need to target it exactly. That means our message is relevant to them. Further, these events and experiences allow customers to engage with our brand physically and mentally. They can engage with some kind of game, they can test our product, they can comment, they can talk with our employees, they can see our production process. So this gives a kind of positive feeling positive experience to our customers. Then we talk about the direct marketing. Direct marketing. So this direct marketing giving so many advantage for company. As the first, it allow company to customize their message. In mass marketing, what we do, we spend huge amount of money and communicate our message to the people in entire island. There we can't filter whether they are our target audience or not. But in direct marketing, companies get that advantage. They can filter their target audience. If we take social media as an example, in Facebook, you can filter your target audience based on their gender, based on their preference, based on their geography, based on their uh, occupation. You can filter them. Then you can send the highly impactful message because that message goes only to your target audience. Further, you can customize it. As example, for email, you can enter your customer's name. Then definitely your customer open that mail because his or her name is there. Up to date. This kind of direct marketing can be used to give up to date information to customers. Think about new product launch, think about the improvement to certain product feature, think about sales promotion. You can quickly change your message, you can quickly produce new post and publish using your social media or email to your customer or give telephone call and inform. So they have that kind of flexibility. And this direct marketing can be used to build two-way communication. Your customers also get chance to communicate with you. So that is another advantage of direct marketing. Then word of mouth. This word of mouth is highly influential method because you believe that you are getting information from someone among you, not from a representative of a company. So you believe your friend's word, you believe your relative's word because you know they are not representing any company. So this method is highly influential. So if company can build word of mouth, that would be a huge advantage for that company. And this is a personal communication, highly intimate dialogue between two or few people, personal and timely. People listen to other person's words when they want. When they want. So word of mouth occur when people want it. Imagine we are giving advertisement to a person at the time when that person is very busy. That message does not go into the mind of that person. But when we consider word of mouth, we chat with our friends about non-official thing when we are free. So our mind is ready to get that message. That also increase the impact of message further. Personal selling. In personal selling, sales representative involved in selling product by targeting each and every in customers individually. There, those sales representatives get chance to build good interaction with their clients. By having good interaction, they can cultivate good relationship with them, long-term relationship, because most of the thing in business world happen based on their relationship. So building relationship is very much important for marketer. Further, this allow marketer to get customer response as well. They can on the spot get customer response and report that to their top management to amend the process. They are telling our product is not durable. So why can't we change it? Like that they can take the response from customers immediately. So this is how we consider these communication tools. Based on that, based on your product, based on your objective, based on your cost, based on your time, You can select appropriate communication mix tool for your communication. You can use blend of tools. You can use word of mouth, you can use event, you can use advertisement to promote your product. But make sure that you maintain consistency in your message. Don't provide a contradicting message using different media. At the end of your promotional campaign, your senior manager wanted to know the outcome of your campaign. So, how you express that outcome to your senior manager? There are three methods. At the first, input and expenses. There you can talk about the press clipping count, numbers of ad plays, and media cost. Then, intermediate output. Your reach level, frequency, recall and recognition score, persuasion changes, and cost per thousand calculation. This also can use to show their result. Then the final one, impact. Impact tell what kind of change you make to the customer's behavior. So you conduct survey. You ask from target audience whether you recognize or recall this message and how many times you saw it and what point you recall that message. Whether you are hearing this music, would you recall that message? When you memorize that celebrity, would you recognize our message? Like that, you can conduct survey and get customers' feedback about your advertising campaign. So, in these figures, show you a good example of feedback measurement. There we can find 80% of consumers in total market are aware of our brand. 60% have tried it and only 20% who tried it are satisfied. This indicates that communication program is effective in creating awareness, but product fail to meet customer expectations. In contrast, 40% of consumers in the total market are aware of brand B and only 30% have tried it, but 80% of them are satisfied. In this case, communication program need to be strengthened to take advantage of the brand's potential power. Then the final stage of this effective communication is managing the integrated marketing communication process. When we are managing integrated communication process, company can think about 360-degree view. That means you consider the entire decision making process from the point where problem identification to the final level, which is purchase and giving feedback. This entire decision making process and decision making units can be considered for your communication. So you target each and every steps in this decision making process from the where customer identify their problem. So as marketer, you can show customer that there is a problem, there is a need which has not been fulfilled. So why don't you fill it? Then they go to their friend and ask. Then you should have built good word of mouth among people. Then friend recommend your product to your customer. Like that, you can consider the entire decision making process to build your communication. Let's see the definition for integrated marketing communication. A planning process designed to assure that all brand contact received by customer or prospect for a product, service or organization are relevant to that person and consistent over time. No matter whatever or how many promotional or communication tools that you use, They need to provide consistent message. Imagine that you are talking about protecting environment in your advertisement, but in reality suddenly you get caught by government that you are dumping garbage into river. What happened? Two contradicting information goes to customer. Customers will not trust your claim in future. They see you as an organization who is cheating. Or else think about this kind of situation. In your advertising, you promise customers telling we are giving you 20% discount. But when customer go to your store and ask from those sales representatives, they will tell your customer, no, we are giving only 10% discount, 20% discount only for loyal customer. Then what happened? Two contradicting information. So you need to make sure that whatever the communication tool that you use, they deliver a consistent message that we identify as integrated marketing communication. So we discussed these 8 steps which require to develop effective communication. Identify target audience, determine objectives, design communication, select channels, establish budget, decide on media mix, measure result, and finally manage integrated marketing communication. So from that point, I'm going to finish today's lecture and let's meet up next week with another lecture. If you have any question, either you can WhatsApp me or either you can use the conference in the course web. Thank you very much.